We bought the most expensive oil filters on the market. We put them to the test, and what we found inside left us speechless. Because the high price you paid doesn't guarantee you absolutely anything. And it hurts to say that, but someone has to say it. It's not an opinion, it's evidence. And we're going to show it to you right now. We bought these 5 filters at auto parts stores all over Latin America. We put them through cut tests, examined their filtering medium, their valves, their internal construction, and the result is brutal. Several of the most recognized and most expensive filters on the shelf are technically a well-packaged lie. If you drive a car with miles on it, tow loads, or use synthetic oil on long intervals, what's coming could literally be the difference between an engine that reaches 300,000 kilometers and a silent, expensive death. At the end, I'll name the filters that did pass the tests, the ones I myself, without hesitation, would put in my own vehicles. If your engine matters to you, don't move. What follows is going to change forever how you choose a filter. But before we get to the list, you need to understand something the brands definitely don't want you to know. Not all filters filter the same way, even though all of them, without exception, claim they do. An oil filter has 3 critical jobs. First, trap the metal and carbon particles the engine produces during combustion. Second, keep the oil inside the filter when you turn off the engine, so that when you start it again, there's immediate lubrication. Third, withstand the pressure spikes that occur during cold starts and sudden acceleration. And here's the real problem. When a brand cuts costs, it cuts exactly in those 3 areas. Precisely the ones you can't see with the naked eye. Precisely where it hurts the most. The result isn't a dramatic failure that warns you with time. It's a silent, microscopic wear that keeps accumulating kilometer by kilometer, until one day the shop gives you the news no driver wants to hear. The kind of news that changes the whole month's plans. The industry in Latin America takes advantage of the fact that almost nobody cuts a filter in half to see what's inside. We do, and what we found is going to change your perspective forever. Let's start with the blacklist. From ExtraGuard. The most recognizable filter in Latin American auto parts stores is From's orange cylinder, the ExtraGuard line. It's everywhere, in chain stores, in the local market, at the shop on the corner. You've probably bought it. You probably have it on right now. And precisely for that reason, it earns the first spot on this list. The ExtraGuard isn't designed as a premium filter. It was made for oil change intervals of 5,000 kilometers at most. The problem isn't that it exists. The problem is how it's used and abused in the Latin American reality. When you cut it in half, what you find is cellulose filtering medium with compressed fiber end caps instead of full metal end caps. Compressed fiber can work, but under the heat cycles of an engine working through the traffic, that fiber softens, distorts, and loses structure over time. Not all at once, little by little, without warning you. Its filtration efficiency is advertised at around 95% for 20-micron particles. Acceptable, not exceptional. And considering that modern direct injection engines produce carbon particles much finer than that, every particle that gets through is accumulated wear you don't see, but that your engine does feel every time it starts. There's something else that's concerning. The anti-drain back valve, the one that prevents oil from draining into the crankcase when you turn off the engine, is made of nitrile rubber. And nitrile has a specific flaw. It hardens with heat and time. It becomes rigid. It loses its ability to seal properly. That directly increases the likelihood of dry start. Is this filter catastrophic? Not immediately, no. But if you stretch the interval to 7,500 or 10,000 kilometers because your synthetic oil lasts longer, that filter doesn't go along on that ride with you, and your engine pays the difference, silently, kilometer by kilometer. Stickonomy. The next filter that deserves a serious look is Stipe's entry-level line. You find it in auto parts stores across the region, generally priced to compete with the cheapest options on the shelf. And that, right off the bat, already says a lot. Stipe has history as a brand. They've been making additives for decades, and that generates automatic trust in the consumer. But when we analyze their economy line strictly by what's inside, the story changes tone. Most of these filters use basic cellulose filtering medium. Cellulose can filter adequately on short intervals, yes, that's true, but it doesn't have the structural strength or contaminant holding capacity of synthetic media. So when the medium gets saturated with metal residue and carbon particles, the restriction to oil flow increases quickly, faster than it should. And here comes the consequence that few people stop to explain. What happens when that restriction increases? The bypass valve opens. And when that valve opens, oil circulates through your engine without passing through the filter. Direct, unfiltered. The same metal particles the filter is supposed to trap are now scraping against your bearings and cylinders. without you noticing, without you feeling it, without any warning. Internally, these filters are built light. The cylinder's metal is thinner than in premium lines. Under gentle use, it may be enough, but under the pressure spikes of a cold start or aggressive highway acceleration, structural rigidity matters. And that's exactly where the margin shrinks. The anti-drainback valve is frequently nitrile instead of silicone. For drivers in high-altitude cities where morning temperatures really drop, hardened nitrile means more wear with every start, every day, every morning. This filter can survive on strict 3,000 to 5,000 kilometer changes without skipping one. The real danger comes when the driver stretches the intervals because the synthetic oil lasts longer. The oil might hold up, the filter won't, and your engine pays that difference with years of service life. SuperTech. Now let's talk about the filter that causes the most confusion because opinions are genuinely divided. And that division in itself is part of the problem. SuperTech is the house brand sold in the big auto parts store chains. And credit where it's due, in recent years, these filters have improved. Many are made by suppliers that also stock more recognized brands. On paper, the efficiency numbers aren't bad for the price. But there's a problem the numbers can't capture: consistency. Earlier versions of this line were known for thinner metal cylinders and lighter internal components. When you cut them open today, the density of the filtering medium is still lower than that of premium competitors. And lower density means lower contaminant holding capacity. We already know where that leads. The filter saturates early, the bypass valve opens, and the engine runs on unfiltered oil. But the most documented problem with SuperTech isn't average quality. It's the variation between production batches, and that's something you can't control from the shelf. Some inspections show solid construction, others show uneven spacing between the folds of the filtering medium or poor seam bonding. In filtration, consistency isn't a luxury, it's an absolute necessity. A poorly sealed fold doesn't filter, it simply lets things through, and you'll never know until the damage is already done. The anti-drain back valve material also varies by model and batch. Some use nitrile, others silicone. Silicone holds up better through heat cycles. But if you don't know which batch you're holding, you also don't really know what protection you have in your engine. For short intervals on engines without much demand, it can survive. But if you're protecting a high-mileage engine that you plan to keep long-term, this isn't your filter. You deserve more certainty than that. PrimeGuard. Next up is PrimeGuard. It appears in independent parts stores, regional chains, and online marketplaces all over Latin America, generally at an aggressive price, notably below mid-range filters. But the first warning sign isn't inside the filter, it's in what the brand chooses not to tell you. PrimeGuard publishes very little detailed performance data compared to major brands. It doesn't clearly specify its filtration efficiency in concrete microns. And that, on its own, should stop you in your tracks before you reach the register, because transparency is trust, and its absence is an answer in itself. In construction, these filters are typically light, modest cylinder, basic cellulose filtering medium. Without a synthetic blend, the holding capacity on long intervals is limited from day one of use. Cut inspections that mechanics have documented show acceptable assembly, but without the reinforcement of premium lines. The central support tube and the fold count are generally inferior to higher-tier competitors, and the chain of consequences is direct. Fewer folds, less filtering surface, faster saturation, bypass valve activating sooner than intended. More unfiltered oil circulating through your engine during the moments of highest stress. The anti-drain back valve is commonly natural rubber. For warm climates and short changes, it can work. But after years of heat cycles, natural rubber loses flexibility faster than silicone. And that loss of flexibility has a cost you pay every morning at startup. PrimeGuard might work for basic short-interval maintenance, but the problem is never immediate failure. The problem is the reduction in margin. And when you're protecting an engine that costs thousands to replace, margin is absolutely everything. If you're still watching this, I already know something about you. You care about keeping your engine alive beyond average. Like and subscribe. And if you want to really understand your car, not just the oil, we have a link in the pinned comment that's going to interest you a lot. Check it out. DriveWorks. We close the list with DriveWorks, a budget line sold in auto parts chains across the region. The sales pitch is simple: low price, immediate availability, ready to grab. These filters are built to meet minimum OEM replacement standards, not to exceed them, never to exceed them. The filtering medium is conventional cellulose. For strict 3,000 to 5,000 kilometer intervals, it might be enough to get by. The problem shows up the moment the driver does exactly what synthetic oil manufacturers recommend: stretching the interval to 7,500 kilometers or more. The oil might handle that interval. The DriveWorks filter? Definitely not. That's a combination the engine ends up paying for. Internally, light gauge metal in the cylinder and a basic bypass valve system. Under calm driving, it might not be a visible problem, but under cold winter starts or aggressive highway acceleration, oil pressure rises significantly. And precisely in those moments of highest stress, when the filter most needs to hold up, that's when structural strength and valve calibration really matter. Cut inspections show low fold counts compared to premium filters. Less filtering surface means faster saturation. Faster saturation means the bypass valve opens more often. And partially filtered oil circulates freely through your engine, with no warning, no signal, with nothing you can do once the wear has already happened. The anti-drainback valve is typically nitrile. Over time, it hardens and loses flexibility. That increases the likelihood of oil draining back into the crankcase, causing dry starts that the engine feels even if you don't hear them. DriveWorks isn't an immediate catastrophe. It's simply built to the minimum acceptable cost. And minimum cost almost never equals maximum protection for the most valuable thing under the hood. Now that you've seen which ones fail, I want you to understand exactly why they fail. Because once you understand these three concepts, no store salesperson is ever going to be able to fool you again. Not one. The filtering medium and microns. A modern engine produces wear particles between 5 and 20 microns. To put that in perspective, a human hair measures 70 microns. We're talking about particles completely invisible to the naked eye that act like ultra-fine sandpaper on your bearings, kilometer by kilometer, in total silence. A basic cellulose filter traps the large particles, but it lets through the finest, most destructive ones. A filter with synthetic or mixed media traps down to 10 microns or less. That difference you can't see is exactly what determines how many years and kilometers your engine will last. The bypass valve and the most dangerous moment. Every filter has a safety valve that opens when oil pressure exceeds a limit. That's well designed. It protects the engine if the filter gets completely clogged. The problem is that in a lower quality filter that saturates quickly, that valve starts opening partially much sooner than intended. Much sooner. Every time it opens, unfiltered particles circulate freely through your engine. You don't see it, you don't feel it, but the wear is absolutely real, and it keeps accumulating non-stop. The anti-drainback valve and the dry start. This is the point most people ignore, and the one that worries me the most. When you turn off your engine, the oil in the filter tends to drain back into the crankcase by gravity. The anti-drainback valve prevents exactly that, keeping the filter full. That way, on the next start, oil reaches the bearings almost immediately. Now imagine the opposite scenario, a hardened nitrile valve that no longer seals properly. The filter sits empty overnight, and your engine starts with no lubrication for the first 3 to 5 seconds. Those first seconds are the most destructive that exist for an engine. That's not an exaggeration. Internal wear studies document that up to 80% of the total wear an engine suffers over its entire life happens precisely during those dry starts. Not on the highway, not in traffic jams, in the first seconds of every morning, when there's no oil and metal grinds against metal with no protection at all. That's what a cheap filter is doing to you, every morning without you knowing it, without anyone having told you before today. Now, the filters that do protect your engine. Wix filters. When we talk about filters that protect engines long-term in a consistent, real way, Wix Filters is one of the first names that comes up among serious professional mechanics. And its reputation wasn't built with marketing campaigns. It was built with proven durability in real engines under real conditions. What separates Wix from entry-level filters is the build quality from the inside out. Most of their standard filters use a mixed filtering medium that combines cellulose and synthetic fibers. That blend increases both filtration efficiency and contaminant holding capacity. Greater capacity means the filter saturates more slowly, keeps oil flow stable longer, and the bypass valve has fewer reasons to open early. Internally, Wix filters use metal end caps, a sturdy central tube, and even spacing between the folds. When you cut them open, you see consistent construction, batch after batch. And that consistency matters because uneven folds collapse under pressure, reducing the effective filtering surface exactly when you need it most. The anti-drain back valve on many Wix models is silicone. Silicone stays flexible through heat cycles and in cold climates. That translates directly into better oil retention and less startup wear, especially in engines that already have miles on them and need all the protection they can get. Wix also publishes detailed technical specifications. In this market, that transparency isn't a minor detail, it's trust backed by data. Is it the most expensive on the shelf? No. It sits in the mid-price range. but its performance honestly approaches premium. For drivers planning to keep their vehicle well past 150,000 kilometers, Wix offers exactly what cheap filters can't: margin, stability, and consistent protection under real Latin American driving conditions. Mobil 1 Extended Performance. If you want one of the most robust filters available on the Latin American market today, the Mobil 1 Extended Performance line deserves serious attention. We're not talking about their oil, which already has its own reputation. We're talking specifically about their filters designed for extended intervals, which is where the difference becomes visible. Mobil 1 advertises up to 99% filtration efficiency on 20-micron particles. But beyond the marketing, independent cut inspections consistently show what that number promises: a dense synthetic medium and a high fold count. More folds means more active filtering surface. More active filtering surface means slower saturation and better oil flow stability throughout the entire interval. Construction is where Mobil 1 definitively separates itself from budget filters. Metal end caps, reinforced central tube, thick outer cylinder. That thicker cylinder isn't cosmetic or marketing. It resists deformation during the pressure spikes of cold starts and high RPM operation, which are exactly the moments when a weak filter gives way without warning you. The anti-drain back valve is generally silicone. That matters especially for vehicles in cold climates or that sit for several days between uses. Silicone keeps the oil in the filter during those resting hours, and that practically eliminates dry starts. Yes, they cost more, but here's the reality few people stop to calculate. If you use extended interval synthetic oil and pair it with a weak filter, you completely cancel out the benefit of the oil you paid for. Mobil 1 builds its filters to match the performance of extended interval oil, not to become the weak link that limits it and wastes your investment. Purolator 1. Third on our list of real protection is Purolator's premium line, specifically the Purolator 1 and Purolator Boss series. Purolator has been in the filtration business for over a century, and that's not a minor detail. In fact, they were one of the first developers of the modern screw-on oil filter. Their premium lines reflect that engineering legacy with internal evidence you can see when you cut them open. Purolator 1 delivers high filtration efficiency, around 99% on 20-micron particles. The Boss line goes further, specifically designed for extended change intervals, where the filter needs to hold up longer without giving way. Both lines use high-density synthetic or mixed filtering medium, with a high fold count and solid internal reinforcement. When you cut them open, you see metal end caps, even spacing, and a sturdy central tube. That uniformity under pressure matters exactly during the moments of highest stress for the filter, which are the moments when an inferior filter would have already given way. Most use silicone anti-drain back valves, which improves oil retention and reduces startup wear, especially in cold climates or vehicles that sit parked for a while between uses. Every start, better protected. Cheap filters can work under short intervals and ideal conditions, but they reduce the margin, increase bypass activation, and accelerate long-term wear silently with no visible signal. Mid-range to premium filters like Wix, Mobil 1, and Purolator offer better filtering medium, better valves, and greater contaminant holding capacity. And that translates into slower internal wear over years and kilometers you don't see, but that your engine accumulates anyway. An oil filter costs between $2 and $10 depending on the country and the line. Replacing an engine costs thousands of dollars and weeks of your life. In that equation, saving on the filter isn't a smart financial decision. It's, paradoxically, the most expensive decision you can make. If this video made you see oil filters differently, give it a like. Subscribe to keep getting honest mechanical content with no brands paying us, no filters of any kind. And before you go, leave me a comment. What filter do you use, and how many kilometers does your engine have? Let's compare real-world results, because those numbers are worth more than any specification on paper. We're Auto Hacks, and always remember this: the cheapest filter on the shelf is never the best investment for the most expensive engine in the shop.